Welcome to Donnington and Muxton Parish Council's annual Public Expo. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ralph and I am the Clerk and Responsible Financial Officer. There are three other staff, a Deputy Clerk and Finance Officer, Katie, our Events Officer, Connor, and our Caretaker, Helen. We officers are civil servants and are basically the engine room of the Council. For those of you that are unaware, the Parish Council covers Donnington, Muxton and the Monarch Fields estate in the Humbers. There are 13 councillors, 5 for Donnington West, 2 for Donnington East, 5 for Muxton and 1 for the Humbers. The Parish Council maintains and manages assets that it owns on behalf of the community. These include the library, allotments, some street lighting, brick bus shelters, turf and Cordingley Hall, the public toilets on the parade and the closed part of the churchyard at St Matthew's Church. 2024-25 has been a very successful year for the Parish Council and, despite a small staff team, we have achieved a great deal. We have created this short video for you so that you know what we have done, how the community has benefited and where the Council is heading in the future. Any questions you may have can be answered after the video. So sit back and enjoy our short presentation.
Donnington Library is a valuable community asset that the Parish Council manages. The library has been hugely successful this year with a number of new members signing up. The Story Detectives, funded by a grant from Telfton Wrekin Council, put on their show in February, which went down a treat, and Little Century Story Explorers is currently running for mothers and babies, which is going really well. We opened up after school to Donnington Junior School, which resulted in about 30 children signing up to the library, which we are really happy about, as it's a huge learning opportunity for so many children and adults alike. The annual Summer Reading Challenge put on by Telfton Wrekin and the spooky Halloween trail organised by the Events Officer is always eagerly anticipated and well supported. Of course, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without the support of our wonderful volunteers. We'd like to say a big thank you to all who put in time and energy into supporting our local library.
This council provides many activities within the community for both young and old. For example, in May last year we held our first prom dress drop-in, giving young people access to dresswear for the special evening, which was a huge success, and we will be hosting this again on the 16th of May. The Snug continues to run successfully on Friday mornings. A huge thanks to the amazing volunteers, Chris, Wendy and Sasha, who support all activities relating to the Snug, giving their time to make it run so smoothly. They've recently been awarded the 5-star food hygiene rating, which we are very proud of.
The Parish Council over the last 12 months has had a very large increase in the number of events that it's put on, increased from 4 to 13 events. We've had additional events like Santa's Float has come around the large areas of the parish. We've got Muxton Spring Fair, which is in conjunction with Muxton Parents Association, as well as a large expansion of the seaside day trips and also pensioners' Christmas lunches. So there's a wide variety of events that the Parish Council are putting on, and we do urge all residents of the parish to actually take part in these events, because without you, it would be nothing.
Donnington and Muxton Parish Council will be supporting events across our entire parish, starting between the 8th and 10th of May, our VE Day celebrations. We will be supporting the Armed Forces Day on the 29th of June on Broadoaks Field, and we'll be putting on our regular trips to Aberystwyth for over 60s, which will happen on the 14th of July. We'll have our family day trip to Llandudno, and that will be happening on the 4th of August. Donnington and Muxton Parish Council is committed to putting on events for all of our parishioners and will continue to do that.
The focus on events and activities is an important one, as we aim to give everyone in our community accessible services which benefit their health and well-being, as well as improving community cohesion and pride in our community. We also collaborate with many outside organisations to offer more to our residents.
Table tennis is going really well. We're very excited to be working in collaboration with Safer Stronger Communities team, offering table tennis sessions through the school holidays. The success of the sessions have resulted in discussions taking place regarding the Parish Council running a regular table tennis club in Donnington in the future.
Hi, my name's Simon Hayden, Neighbourhood Coordinator. One of my areas is Donnington. We're here today doing Urban Games table tennis session, as you can see by the tables behind us. It's great to be working with Donnington and Muxton Parish Council. We've put this session on as part of the Urban Games, and we're absolutely delighted that today we've actually had absolutely loads and loads of families turn up. 22 people on all, some of them still here playing table tennis. So it's great to be offering a free activity in the summer holidays as part of Urban Games. Make sure you check out what we've got going on at Easter and what we have in the rest of the summer holidays.
In March, Donnington Ward Councillors, 2 members of staff and local residents and organisations all took part in the Great British Spring Clean. They and members of Telford and Wrekin Council, Wrekin Housing staff, Street Champions, NHS and Donnington Hub staff, along with 2 work placement students, collected 35 bags of litter around Donnington. The event was a great success. We'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who helped and to those who litter pick on a regular basis throughout the borough. And thank you to Simon Hayden from Safer and Stronger Communities and to all your team for organising this fantastic community event.
In April 2024, Donnington and Muxton Parish Council started to employ neighbourhood enforcement officers in the parish. This service is run by Telford and Wrekin Council, which has powers of enforcement, which unfortunately the Parish Council does not. The service works in partnership with different borough council services and also some public sector agencies to create a multifunctional team to tackle issues such as crime, disorder, illegal parking, antisocial behaviour within our community. Since their introduction, the neighbourhood enforcement officers have been busily reporting fly tipping in and around the parish. They also patrol around the local schools and have issued numerous warnings regarding inconsiderate parking when dropping children to and from school. They have also been focusing on areas where there's a lot of illegal fly tipping and also areas where there's significant dog fouling. If you see any of the neighbourhood enforcement officers around the parish and you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to raise it with them, because they're interested in any local information that helps them perform their duties. We want Donnington and Muxton to be a safe and enjoyable area to live in, and with your help we can do that.
Council is proud to have achieved the Employers Recognition Silver Award as part of the Armed Force Covenant and is now working towards the gold standard. As part of our commitment to the Armed Forces Covenant, we're proud to support veterans in the community by providing access and other services by means of our website, social media and our newsletter. There is a dedicated page on our website with resources and information for those that need it. We are also extremely privileged to host 2 Veterans Calves here at Turf Hall.
I'm Adrian, I work for Telford Mind and I lead on the Veterans Camps. With Donnington doing so well, we're now on twice a month, so that's the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of the month here at Turf Hall between 4 and 6. Now it's Armed Forces families as well, so it'd be great if your father was in the Armed Forces or you were a widower. Everyone's welcome, a nice, friendly, safe environment to reminisce, chat about the good old days and learn about what opportunities there are going forward.
It's a really great partnership between Donnington and Muxton Parish Council, between Telford and Wrekin Council and between Telford Mind, and I do think listening to the stories that we hear at this cafe that it's really beneficial for the people who attend, and it's growing from strength to strength, which is amazing.
I came to the very first one, and having spoken to the people that come here, it's a real mix of all services. There's loads and loads of banter, as you can imagine, between the three services, which is fantastic, and it makes you feel like you're back in the Naffy bar, should we say.
I've started coming down to the veterans cafes after my wife passed away 3 years ago. So it's just a bit of companionship really, and to chat and see other veterans and just general bit of socialising really.
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant, and the confidence it's given me has been amazing.
When I first came out of the army, there was nothing like this anywhere, and to be honest, it took me years to settle down. Once I came out of the army, I assume it must be that for a lot of people that's been in the forces, but anyway, I ended up going to Armed Forces Day in Donnington here, and there was a tent there, and I decided to go and stick my nose in and have a look. And I found information to do with what was going on here, to do with the cafe, which I never knew about until then, and I've been coming ever since.
Hi, my name's Nigel. I'm one of the veterans that come to the cafe here. I come because it's a way of meeting people that are in similar situations to myself, and we can regale stories and have what we call banter between each other, which gives you an outlet for various bits and pieces.
I would just like to say a massive thank you to everybody for the support of veterans, especially in Donnington. We've got a huge amount of veterans in Donnington, and I just think the more we can do, the better it would be to support our girls and guys.
So like mixing with other people, you know, we've all been through different experiences, and it's nice to sit and chat with everybody. It really is.
The Parish Council have made many improvements to upkeep the area. As you probably know, we have 2 war memorials maintained by the Parish Council. First of all, we have Donnington War Memorial, and thanks to the efforts made by the Parish Councillor who engaged with Babcocks, the area has been rejuvenated. All benches have been varnished, and the gates have been painted white, back to their original colour. The war memorial has been cleaned and is looking great, and the plaques have been restored to their original glory. And then we have Muxton War Memorial, where we are continually trying to improve the garden area, and we have further plans in the pipeline to improve the space to further commemorate those loved and lost.
Every year there's been a local initiative providing a temporary commemorative Christmas tree for residents to remember loved ones during this time in Donnington. Parish have now planted 2 commemorative trees, one at Muxton War Memorial and the other at Turriff Hall. We hope this gives residents a quiet space to reflect to remember their loved ones all year round.
As part of the Parish Council's commitment to helping and protecting nature, we initiated its Hedgerow Heroes project. We've been busy planting new hedgerows around Turriff Hall, increasing the green corridor for insects, birds and animals, like hedgehogs, for example. Last year, the clerk and the deputy clerk planted 50 laurel plants against the boundary wall at the rear of the library, and have applied for funding to purchase and continue planting a hawthorn hedge around the rear boundary of the library and Turriff Hall, which we started 2 years ago. The Council also continued to support Bramble Country Park, local nature reserve, working in partnership with the Shropshire Wildlife Trust and Friends of Bramble.
Donnington and Muxton Parish Council is a statutory consultee of all planning applications in Donnington and Muxton, and we get the opportunity to comment on those planning applications to make sure that we're best serving the residents of the parish and making sure that the impact of those planning applications don't affect our parishioners' lives. Telford and Wrekin Council's local plan is now out for consultation, and this is our opportunity now to comment on it. The local plan will dictate the full planning of our area for the next 10 years. So if you're concerned about the amount of housing that's going to be built around Donnington and Muxton, if you're concerned about the traffic and the impact on the highways, the environment, or the lack of school places, or even the loss of agricultural land, it is vital that you send your responses and concerns to localplan@telford.gov.uk, because this is your last and only opportunity to influence the local plan.
We'd like to thank residents on the feedbacks and concerns on the local plan, and also those who have commented on the local plan online. A huge thanks goes to the Wellington Road Action Group for the vast amount of time over months and months collating technical data, liaising with council planners, preventing the demolishment of the Duke Sutherland cottages on Wellington Road, leaflet campaigns and even public sessions. Community spirit has been outstanding working together, and we thank you all.
As you can see from today's video, it's been a busy year for our team. I want to extend a huge thanks to our staff who work so proactively to support our community, and to the volunteers and external partners who selflessly support a variety of work in and around the whole parish. Thanks also to our local councillors who represent the community with pride and commitment. And a final thanks to you, the residents of our community, for supporting our work, getting involved and providing feedback which helps us help you. Thank you.